Hi everyone, I'm Bob Doyle. On behalf of everyone at the MICPA, I'd like to welcome you to our Members Advisory Symposium. When we first talked about my presentation, the first opportunity that I have to speak to our members, we wanted to call it the MICPA Futures Report, where we're going to focus on what is the future of the MICPA, what is the future of your organization. And who would have thought, here we are, as we deal with the coronavirus, how the future really has become now. Because, I am speaking to you virtually, and in many ways, we're actually able to reach more people than we typically would have been able to had this been in person in the Metro Detroit area. So I'd like to welcome you, if you've been to our Members Advisory Symposium many times in the past, or if this is your first time, sitting behind your computer at your home office across the state of Michigan. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope that you get as much out of it as possible. So before we get into the future of the MICPA, I would like to take a couple minutes to look back at the past, because you can really see how the rate of change has escalated. So it was a year ago at this time, at this very event, where Peggy Dazowski announced her retirement. In August of 2019, we had the great opportunity to move offices to these brand new, beautiful offices in Troy. If you haven't yet had the chance to visit us in the offices, we'd love for you to join us once we get through this pandemic, because they are great offices, a great opportunity for our staff to work together, continue to serve the needs of our members. The Secure Act was passed in December of 2019, which of course was an important legislation. And then at the end of January, I had the privilege and honor to be selected as the next president and CEO of the MICPA. It was then, and towards the end of February, where I started here at MICPA. Peggy and I had a fantastic 5-week transition period planned, where over those 5 weeks, I had the unique opportunity to meet many people, learn a lot about not only MICPA, but about the CPA business, and also just to kind of build on, for me to start building on those relationships, those really important relationships that have been so important to this organization in the past. In the middle of that, of course, we had the stay home, stay safe order. So we had to finish our transition remotely, where we had our entire staff work remotely, and then Peggy and I completed our transition on March 31st, and we as a staff had a great opportunity to have a all-staff Zoom call and wish her well and wish her all the best into her retirement. And then that's me, April 1st, my first day, working remotely with my children and my very large cat in my home office. So really, over those first few weeks, I did have a great opportunity to participate in some activities. In the middle is our high school leaders conference that was at Wayne State, which was fantastic. And here's a quick video with more information.
I saw a lot of excitement in their eyes.
None of them had their phones out. They put them away, which that's hard to get kids to do these days.
I didn't really know anything about what a CPA was. I guess I just assumed, you go in the office, do your work, and then go home.
When they're sitting in my class complaining about accounting and, oh, I hate this, I'll never do this. But once I think they get a chance to actually see the program and what all they can do with it, I think it intrigues them.
I love it. It gave me an opportunity to learn so much more than I would have in a high school classroom.
I feel like the presenters really do take an interest in us.
I actually got to ask questions.
There are some dedicated individuals who put this event on every year. They don't have to do this. They are leaders in what they do, and it's just a wonderful opportunity.
I absolutely feel like they cared.
This is the first opportunity to bring my accounting students to something of this caliber that speaks directly to them.
When you can take them beyond the threshold of the classroom and introduce them to professionals who are doing the work, it makes it more realistic for them.
I never really had anyone to show me what the business world was about.
It made me feel kind of mature.
I learned that there's a lot you can do with accounting in your life.
And it's not just math and bookkeeping.
And I don't think they realized all of that before today.
Now I know, there's other opportunities to do bigger and better things with the certification.
Become a CPA. You can expand your horizons.
My students have become role models for other students in our school.
The High School Leaders Conference is my favorite field trip of the year.
We did have the chance to spend one day in Lansing, got a chance to go to visit the Capitol, visit some of our legislators, and also have a meeting with our friends in Laura and also the Treasury Department. So again, just to start, for me to introduce myself and to start building those relationships. Also had the unique opportunity to have lunch with Senator Debbie Stabenow, which was again a great opportunity. And then finally, there's me working remotely, day in and day out, along with the rest of the staff as we continue to serve MICPA members. So before I tell you more about me, my business experience, I wanted to show you what really my foundation is, and that's my family. My beautiful wife Sarah, and I have two boys, Landon, who's 8 years old, and Connor, who is 6. And this is just a few pictures just to show you this is me. This is who I am. My family is what drives me, and we have a lot of, as you can tell, we have a lot of sports that we play. I'm a baseball coach. We play hockey. We put a hockey rink in our backyard in the winter. And it's just I love spending time with my family, and that's really who I am. And also, I mentioned that my cats, we have 2 cats. One, Ernie, is named after Ernie Harwell, the obviously famous Tigers baseball announcer, and then Paws, named after the Tigers mascot. So that kind of gives you an idea of our favorite sports. Just to give you a little bit more background on me, I wanted to share with you my core values that I really feel translate well to not only my position at MICPA, but also the CPA profession. First is to lead with integrity. I think everyone knows that without integrity, you have nothing. And I truly take that to heart, that in my leadership, we must have the utmost integrity, both me personally and MICPA as an association. Secondly is to serve our community. I truly believe that we were put on this earth to give back and to serve our community. And also, I feel like this translates well for the association business because we are serving a community of individuals. We're serving a community of CPA professionals from across the state of Michigan. And that really is a level of service that we, as MICPA, bring to our jobs on a daily basis. Third is to communicate relentlessly. My background in marketing and communications, I've learned that especially in this time of crisis, we need to communicate as much as possible, as often as possible, and just to get that message across. Hopefully you've seen a couple of the videos that I've done, the home videos that with my wife behind the camera, just to continue to get that message out about who we are and what we're doing as an organization to serve you, and also even to communicate just within our own staff as well, just to maintain those open communications. I've had a lot of fun doing kind of personal videos that I share with the staff each week, just so, again, they can continue to learn more about me and me about them. And then finally, drive solutions with curiosity. I've always kind of been a curious person. Actually, I have my bachelor's degree is in engineering, and that's kind of what gets me to think about maybe a problem and how we might be able to create a solution, maybe in a different way around that problem. And there's nothing I've seen more than in driving solutions and looking at problems or looking at opportunities, frankly, of how we have transitioned the way that we're meeting the needs of our members, especially when it comes to changing all of our CPE to a virtual environment. So those are really my core values. And as I mentioned, I come from the association industry. I spent the last 7 years working for a trade association in the robotics and automation space called the Association for Advancing Automation in Ann Arbor, Michigan. and it was a relatively small organization where I had the opportunity to wear a lot of hats from, as I mentioned, the marketing and communication aspect, a lot of advocacy, board governance. Also had the opportunity to launch a brand new association in Mexico, so I have some international experience as well. And then finally, strategic planning. So fortunately, I was able to bring all those types of experiences together. My previous experiences working in engineering in the automotive sector, as well as a master's degree in public relations and marketing. And so I was able to kind of put those experiences together, and certainly grateful and frankly honored to be selected as the next president and CEO of the MICPA. So that's more about me. And now let's get more into where MICPA is. So just a brief membership update. We finished the year at hit a new milestone at 19,258 total members. So I'd like to congratulate all of our members, the staff, all of our volunteers for hitting this, what was an important milestone. We have 1,288 new members and a retention rate of 91.4%. The demographic breakdown you'll see is 41% female and 59% male. But even more importantly, we're working on building that pipeline, how important those future members of the association are. And trending student population for CPAs that we see 56% female and 44% male as we move forward, because we truly are dedicated, focused on supporting the future of the profession. We're doing that through a lot of ways, such as holding annual events like our headshots and handshakes event, and also where firm recruiters provide interview and resume advice for students. And then, of course, I mentioned our high school leaders conference. And then also we've deployed student champions to be ambassadors for MICPA on college and university campuses across the state. We also have had the unique opportunity to provide scholarships through our MAF, the Michigan Accountancy Foundation. This year, MAF was able to reward 11 students from 9 different colleges and universities with $5,000 to help fund their 5th or their graduate year of school. You'll see their names on the screen. Many of them are joining us today in this Members Advisory Symposium, so we'd like to congratulate them. We look forward to welcoming them into the future as MICPA members as we assist them in propelling their career in accounting. We also have a focus on the month of April on financial literacy. You've probably heard us talk about this before, where each April, supported across all of MICPA's social media channels, we promote financial education, money management skills, really a lot of shareable, interactive content for our members, their clients, and the general public. I mean, topics include emergency fund savings, data protection, tips for small business owners, and other financial elements, especially related to the coronavirus. We also released our 4th edition Guide to Financial Preparedness that was just released this past March. And really it was developed by our Financial Literacy Task Force, so I'd like to thank all of our volunteers who participated in that. And it is also a partnership with Hospice of Michigan. It seeks to promote positive situations and facilitate a guided approach to financial security. We also launched a new financial literacy curriculum that was just this past month. These modules were developed by the Financial Literacy Task Force over the past year, addresses a variety of financial issues facing different segments of the population. And there are presentations available that can be used by our members. And then finally, one thing we do every year is we host tax call-ins and tax assistance calls. Each year, members provide tax assistance to low-income individuals in partnership with the Accounting Aid Society as well as Focus Hope. And then during this tax season, we had 17 members volunteer to answer tax questions via phone and also social media platforms in Detroit, Flint, Marquette, and Grand Rapids. So we're able to do across the state, answering more than 400 questions of people who have called in to help them with their financial literacy. One of my favorite quotes that I've said throughout this coronavirus crisis is, never let a good crisis go to waste. And that Winston Churchill is attributed to that quote, and I'd like to say now, I've been saying that quote time and time again to our own staff, to our board, to other volunteers, because really, as we look at MICPA and how we're going to continue to grow and transform into the future, we are doing it right now. As I mentioned at the beginning, one of those is virtually through this Members Advisory Symposium, but we're also changing how we offer our CPE learning virtually. On my first day of work at the end of February, had I come in and told our staff that we were going to conduct all of our training, at least into the summer, virtually, they would have told me, that's impossible and you're crazy. But no, that's what we're doing today. We're offering all of our training platforms in a virtual environment, and it's there for you, for our members to meet their CPE needs. So I'll jump into a lot of the other responses that we've been doing throughout the coronavirus, because we certainly are here for you. We've been monitoring all our news sources, working with state and local government, committed to providing members with regular updates and access to these important resources, whether it's from the state or from AICPA or directly from us. And I'll talk more about our legislative advocacy efforts here in a couple slides. I mentioned the changes in learning. All of our in-person events have been moved virtually at least through June 30th, and we're looking further into the summer and even into the fall how we're changing our offering for our virtual learning. There are many online learning options, and you will be able to fulfill your 40-hour requirement before the June 30th deadline. We also quickly launched a dedicated webpage back in March. If you haven't been to it, go to our webpage. It has all the information you need. It's updated regularly with critical updates and additional resources and guidance. We've also been utilizing, you'll see a lot, our Member Connect portal on our website. That portal, where there's been so much communication from our members, between our members, asking questions, answering them. How are you doing this? Especially when it comes to like the CARES Act and the PPP. Finally, we've been offering roundtables weekly. These are virtual roundtables with expert speakers on issues of concern amid the coronavirus pandemic. These are designed to give our members the opportunity to get the most up-to-date information and also a chance to ask questions. One thing that's also come out of the coronavirus crisis is this opportunity for partnerships that perhaps we would have never even had the opportunity to engage in were it not for this. The first one is with the Small Business Association of Michigan, former Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley, who is the president of SBAM, the current Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist, the MEDC, and others from DTE and Rock Financial. We came together to launch a website.
My administration and the Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, in partnership with the Small Business Association of Michigan and the Michigan Association of Certified Public Accountants, announced today that businesses across Michigan are now able to apply for an additional $310 billion in the Paycheck Protection Program for givable loans through the U.S. Small Business Administration. The MyPaycheckProtection.com website includes key PPP eligibility information, videos, and instructions to help with the application process, information on authorized SBA lenders, and more. Please go check it out.
Hi, and welcome to Communications in the Days of COVID-19. My name is Leon Lebrecq. I'm a director with the Michigan Association of CPAs. I'm here to tell you about a very special program called the Paycheck Protection Program through the SBA. It's part of the $2.2 trillion CARES package, and about $349 billion has been set aside for small businesses. A small business is defined as any business with less than 500 employees, but it also includes people who are sole proprietors, who have their own shop, or independent contractors, people who work for other people but aren't employees, and it even includes nonprofit organizations like 501c3s. What does the PPP do? It allows you to get an emergency loan to pay up to 8 weeks of payroll costs, including benefits. You can also use the funds to pay for interest on mortgages, rent, and utilities. The good part about this loan, it's forgivable. If you use the loan to pay for those things, and 75% of the cost of the forgiven portion is for payroll, you can have the loan forgiven in its entirety. You don't pay tax on the loan, and you get to keep the money or use the money. Loan payments are also deferred for 6 months, and the interest will continue to accrue. The interest is only 1%. It is a 2-year loan, so it's important to know it's out there. There is no collateral. You don't have to file anything other than a simple application. It is not in relation to any other SBA loans. You don't need any personal guarantees either. There are no fees charged by the government or the lenders. If you have a small business, if you are a sole proprietor, if you are an independent contractor or a nonprofit, you should consider for funding. Funding opened on April 3rd, and there are banks and financial institutions making this loan. You get the loan through your financial institution, which could be your credit union or your bank, anybody who's applicable to the SBA. You should get your application in as soon as possible. As a CPA, we think that it's very important that all businesses try to stay afloat, and this is a great little lifeline to help us out. You know, from the Michigan Association of CPAs, we'd like to tell you all, business owners and everyone else, stay safe. We're all in this together. But go take a good look at this SBA PPP loan. It's a very good thing. Thanks.
MIPaycheckprotection.com. Really, the goal of this website was to get as much information about the CARES Act Paycheck Protection Program out there as quickly as possible so we could have as many small businesses across the state of Michigan take advantage of this funding. So within 48 hours, we got a volunteer task force of MICPA members who got the information out there, got it launched at this website. I worked directly with Rock Financial who volunteered to develop the website, get people to the website so that small businesses from across Michigan could get their questions answered of how to apply for these funds, how to make sure it was a grant and not a loan, and so that they could stay afloat as their business is affected throughout this crisis. And not only that, we also had the opportunity for small businesses to submit questions. We had a team of over 50 MICPA volunteers. The questions came in from the small businesses. We answered over 200 unique questions from small businesses, and there were approximately about 500 questions that came in all together to help small businesses take advantage of this program. And I couldn't be more pleased with this partnership that was created with our volunteers and the fact that we were able to launch this and help so many small businesses across the state. So I'd like to introduce a video that we developed to again show all the resources that we're providing to MICPA, our members, and many others throughout the state of Michigan.
Technology is one way to keep us safe and productive when situations like the coronavirus happen.
We are your team, and we are here for you. Discuss the impact of the crisis, share ideas, and solve problems online through MICPA Connect. Follow our social media or visit micpa.org for regular updates.
So that was just a short video to show you all the technology tools we're using to continue to engage and connect with you. So please, I invite you, if you aren't already, please visit our website, utilize those tools, interact with us, and also for sure interact with each other as MICPA members. I'd like to now talk about how we're advocating for you and for the profession in Lansing. First, a couple of administrative rules updates. There is a removal of the CPA exam testing windows to provide for continuous testing in an 18-month window. So that is now complete. I also wanted to make mention of a change in license renewal dates. This was a lot of communication between us and Laura and looking at the dates of licensure. So this is now we were able to come to agreement that this will only impact new licensees moving forward, going into an even and odd license expiration date. So as of April 4th, 2020, license expiration dates will reflect the year of the initial licensure. So for example, a license that is issued on April 4th will have an expiration date of July 31st, 2022. But beginning January 1st, 2021, licenses issued in 2021 will have an expiration date of July 31st, 2023. So after the initial switch in April, license expiration dates will be based on the calendar year of the initial license. So I just also want to make sure it's clear, the existing licenses will not be impacted by this change at all. So again, this is just for new licensees going forward in this even and odd format. And I realize that could be complicated or perhaps a little confusing, so please, if you have any questions, please reach out to us and we'll help answer them. Then finally, I want to talk, I alluded to this earlier, in all our advocacy efforts when it comes to COVID-19. So initially, we worked with Treasury on the state filing and payment deadlines so that we could conform to the IRS, where they extended it to July 15th. There was a lot of interaction between us, Treasury, in getting that to happen, and we were grateful for that was able to happen. We're also coordinating with Treasury to identify audit deadlines impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic and also determine how to provide relief. And also, I'd like to thank Laura for this. We worked with Laura on removal of the self-study cap for the CPE earning period that is ending June 30th. So all MICPA online learning programs will count towards your requirement. There still will be that June 30th, 2020 deadline. That is not going to change. So all of your earning can be done virtually to meet your 40-hour requirement. And as I mentioned, MICPA has all those offerings online. You can go to our website, find those classes you need, be able to take them so you can still meet your requirements. So we put together a short video to further explain this change to the CPA earning and the lifting of the cap. So please watch this video. I hope that video further explained the lift of the 50% requirement. But again, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. Give us a call, shoot us an email. If you have questions on how to log in or even access our online training, we're here to help. We want to make sure that you indeed meet your requirements for CPE by the end of June. Also wanted to highlight just a reminder about Michigan specific ethics requirement. Make sure you just check that off your list. Licensed Michigan CPAs are required to earn 2 hours of ethics annually, totaling 4 hours every 2 years. And one of the 4 hours must be the Michigan Specific Ethics 2019 to 2021 class. So again, please be sure that you meet that requirement. One also benefit of the CPE is the CPE tracker. You can earn, manage, report, and renew through the CPE tracker that is on our website. And if you may not be aware that we are the only state society that has a tracker that can electronically report and renew directly within the state. So this again is a huge benefit to you. You can manage and retain carryover. That's a big benefit for Michigan CPAs. This also has the opportunity to track that Michigan specific ethics requirement. So please go to our website, log in, utilize that CPE tracker, and make sure all your classes are in there that are necessary for you to meet your requirements. One thing that is evident to everyone is how the technology is driving impacts on the CPA profession today. I mentioned earlier that the previous association I worked for was in the robotics and automation industry. And I personally saw how technology was transforming the robotics space, and how, especially over the last 5 to 10 years, these new technologies are entering robotics into kind of non-traditional industries like warehousing, retail, and even in the more of the white collar profession when it comes to AI, robotic process automation. So there's definitely no secret that these technologies are impacting the CPA profession as well. So it's a disruptor. It's disrupting the traditional business models, and even as we deal with the coronavirus pandemic and how technology is disrupting our profession today. So these advancements in technology are really changing consumers' expectations. It's changing all of our business practices, and it's really sparking the need for new skills and updated approaches in the accounting field. You may have seen the World Economic Forum Future of Jobs Report 2020. And in that report, it showed that they believe there's an additional 101 days of extra learning necessary by 2022 just for all of us in our profession to stay up on the latest technologies. So you can see how that's impacting your business. We certainly see how it's impacting us here at MICPA, and we're here for you to continue to offer that education so you can stay on top of these latest technologies and trends and how they're impacting the industry. We've launched a promotion to aid in making this learning possible. If you register for a course before May 22nd, you'll be entered to win 40 hours of learning or complimentary admission to the Iyer Law Foundation's in Tax Resolution Seminar, along with a $500 Amazon gift card. So please take advantage of this promotion, and you again go to our website to learn more, because MICPA is certainly focused on the future of learning. We're providing more simulcasted events like this event, nano courses, and we're developing programs and what our members are looking for, where you want it and when you want it. So again, if you have ideas, suggestions for courses, please let us know. Talk to us, talk to our membership team, talk to our CPE team, talk to me. I want to hear more about how we can better offer this education for our members, especially when it comes to the latest technologies. One of the ways that we're engaging with our members and also offering these new technologies is you may have seen our new website. There was countless hours that our IT team, the marketing team, and really everyone throughout MICPA worked together to launch this new website just a couple weeks ago, launched on April 20th. It has an enhanced design and user experience, whether you're on our website on your laptop or desktop at home, a mobile device. You can get the latest information, the latest news. You can log into your own personal profile where the information is there for you. So please, if you haven't recently, visit our new website. I hope you like it, and we're very proud of it here. And please give us any feedback or suggestions as well as you continue to engage with us through our website. One important part of our website is MICPA Connect. This is your platform that we launch for you to share ideas and to solve problems together. As I mentioned, Connect has just been blowing up with all this information when it comes to COVID-19. So please access this exclusive online community, communicate with members from across the state, ask questions, share information, tips, be that resource for your colleagues, just to continue to help and grow the CPA profession across the state of Michigan. And it certainly has been a helpful resource during the coronavirus pandemic. So if you haven't yet, please go to MICPA Connect, engage with us, engage with your fellow CPAs from across the state. Utilize and Connect is a great way for MICPA members to communicate with each other. But we as MICPA will continue to communicate and engage with you. As I mentioned, my background is in marketing and communications. I was the vice president of marketing and communications at a previous association. Also, I have a background in public relations. So one of the things I say is you do three things in communication. You communicate, and you communicate. And when you think you're done communicating, you communicate some more. And so that's what I'm going to do with you is I've decided to start a blog. And you'll find the blog on our website. And we had kind of a fun little contest of what to name my blog. And we decided to call it, What About Bob? So this is just kind of a unique opportunity for me to write about things that might be affecting the profession, write about me, opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about me, and also just to kind of engage in what's the latest with MICPA and what's going on in the accounting profession. So I'd love for you to engage with me on that blog. I'm also going to use a lot of video too. I really enjoy doing these types of videos. A lot of them have been at home with my wife behind the iPhone taking a video of me. But through all this, we're going to continue to communicate as MICPA, communicating with you. So you may have seen it through our social media channels, whether it's LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. We want to get that information out there as quickly as possible. So please, if you haven't already, engage with us on our social channels. If you see something, please share it, comment. That really just brings that opportunity, even a bigger opportunity for more and more people to engage across all of our channels. So I invite you to do that on whatever platform that you utilize. Another communication channel that we wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of is the .cpa domain is coming soon. Just giving an update on, it's an AICPA initiative that many members, especially small practitioners, will want to consider taking advantage of. All new .cpa domains are available for licensed CPA firms or individual CPAs. It kind of gives you a new level of distinction and security for your website, your email platform, however you want to use it. So please visit cpa.com/.cpa for more information, as well as you can subscribe for updates on the process of how to get your own .cpa domain. Continuing along this theme of the future of the MICPA, I want to reiterate that we truly believe that the future is now, because it is the right time, the right place, and it's right now for CPAs across this great state of Michigan. Because CPAs are going to play a critical role in the transformation of this economy as we come out of the coronavirus pandemic. And the MICPA is transforming to meet your needs now and into the future as we continue to address the needs of our members and we serve you. One of the things that I've realized as I've joined this fantastic organization is the culture that MICPA brings. Many of you know a lot of the staff members, just a fantastic group, just a fantastic organization, and I'm honored to be a part of it. And I've had these opportunities to have one-on-one meetings with every MICPA staff member, and when I ask them what do they like most about working at MICPA, it's the people. Because it really is these relationships that they bring with each other, working together as a team, but also these great relationships that the staff has built with MICPA members, from our volunteer board of directors to all the task forces and committees that our staff engages with on a daily basis. I love to see that connection and how we're working together to continue to better the profession. Because one of the things that I truly believe is you have to have that great culture in order to deliver on the strategies that we put together. Another great quote that I love is "Culture eats strategy for breakfast." So a couple of some of the culture items that I am bringing to our team circle around these three words of joy, trust, and innovation. To me, joy is something that you have to have joy in order to kind of enjoy what you do, and you're going to spend a lot of your day working, so you might as well bring some joy to it. So that's the first part, joy. The second part is trust. We really are in the trust business. You trust us to deliver the benefits that we provide to our members. And at the same time, we all need to trust each other to make sure we're doing what we can for the profession as we continue to move forward. So that really is just circled around trust. And then finally, innovation. Taking what we've done and being innovative of how we can even better serve our members today and going forward. And it's amazing the innovation that I've seen as we have changed the way that we deliver our CPE training, as well as a lot of other activities that we have surrounding how we serve our members. So I see that innovation today, and we'll continue to see that as we move forward and continue to serve our members. So it's the MICPA staff that's going to continue to bring joy, to bring that trust, and to bring that innovation to you as we continue to serve your needs. Because through these times of change and crisis, we have served as your foundation and conduit for our members to connect with each other, the public, small businesses, and the legislature, ensuring the CPAs of Michigan are highly visible, continually informed, and able to use your expertise to the fullest. So, as I mentioned, CPAs will be critical to guiding Michigan and the world through a quick economic recovery. And we pledge to you to continue developing and delivering on opportunities for our members to lead that effort throughout the year ahead. And because we truly are better together. And I'd like to show you this video we put together to show our staff, our volunteers working together to advance the CPA profession because we are better together. I hope you enjoyed our Better Together video, because we truly do believe that. And that was a lot of fun for us as a staff, and I know the team really enjoyed putting that together to show our pledge to you as members of MICPA and what we're doing to support you. And this is just a snapshot of, this is, I guess, 25 of our staff of 40 that was on a Zoom call. We do these weekly. Everyone's laughing because this might have been when we did a baby picture guessing game, or maybe it was one of the Pictionary games we've done, just to keep the team together, have some fun as we continue to work remotely. And I can't tell you how fantastic this team has been. We transitioned to remote work back in March 13th, and everyone's been firing on all cylinders, especially in this time of transition and what we've had to do together as an MICPA team. So I can't thank the team enough for everything they've done to transition all of our CPE, to getting our membership renewals dues that went out just in early May, to engaging with our members, answering the phone, answering all the questions from the small businesses that have come through to deliver those to our MICPA volunteers. It really has taken this huge effort, and this has just been the most fantastic group for me to be privileged to lead, especially as I've just started into this role. Because it definitely has been an interesting transition as we've dealt with the pandemic, but I can't tell you how frankly blessed I am to be able to be in this position, to lead this fantastic organization today and as we move into the future. And I'd also like to thank all of our volunteers from the executive committee, the board of directors, all the committees and task forces I've had the opportunity to interact with, meet with so far. There's still so many people out there that I can't wait to engage with, to learn from, because I've realized one of the most important things for me as I transition into this new role is one thing that I haven't told you yet. I'm not a CPA, and I don't come from the accounting industry. So I've realized how quickly it's important for me to learn from you, and I'm on this whirlwind listening and learning tour. And it's mostly now been behind a computer screen in my home office. But once we get through this, I can't wait to get back out there, meet with you, learn from you, engaged with our members from across the state, so we can continue to do what we can to serve you, serve the accounting profession, whether it's in Lansing, whether it's education and training, whether it's one of the large firms, all the way down to the small practitioner. We are here for you, and we truly are better together. So I'd like to ask you, the almost 500 members who have joined us today virtually on this Members Advisory Symposium, which, by the way, is our largest Members Advisory Symposium ever. Please, how can I help you? This is my request. Reach out to me. Shoot me an email. Call the phone number, which will be forwarded to my cell phone. So please, reach out to me. Ask me a question. Give us suggestions on what we can do to continue to serve our MICPA members from, whether it's here in Metro Detroit, anywhere from across the state. We want to make sure that this is your association. This is your association, and we want to make sure that you take the fullest advantage of the benefits that we provide. I would like to again thank you for taking the time out of your day to participate in this Members Advisory Symposium. When you look at everyone who's joining us, we have everyone from sole or small practitioners all the way up to large firms, from CPAs working in business and industry, to students, to educators. We really are a diverse organization. We are a diverse profession. And it's all of us working together to continue to advance the profession in Michigan. Because as I said, we truly are better together. So thank you. Please reach out to me. I want to know how I can help you, no matter what part of the CPA profession you represent. Email me, give me a call. I can't wait to meet you, and I can't wait to talk with you. Take care. Enjoy the rest of the symposium.